Well, that is Dan Tyminski live from the Ryman, the new record. I'm Charlie Matos from WSM and the Opry. Thank you for Noah for that intro. When Brad Paul reached out about doing this with Dan, I said, "Oh, this is a no-brainer." Because as a radio guy, there's three categories. There's people you like personally, there's people you like musically, and then there's people you know are really good interviews. And Dan's one of those guys that checks all three boxes, and there aren't many that check all three boxes. So, will you welcome Dan Tyminski, everybody? So before we get into this record with 8-track, let's go back to the first with 8-track, because we had a number one single and a number one record on that first effort.
Yeah, I was thrilled. Still to this day, that's kind of the record that I'm nearest and dearest to out of everything that I've done. I mean, it's the first time I've done a whole body of bluegrass work that I was a part of, writing all the songs. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm that one is near and dear to me. And 8-track, God bless 8-track for putting a spotlight on bluegrass music, because it's truly. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sucking up for applause. I mean, the music needs it, and it's nice. Noah, when I first met Noah, it was not in the bluegrass, field at all. I was doing some recording for something else, but we got to talking, and he was, told me about some of his history. So yeah, to have some bluegrass background behind 8-track is great for me.
Yeah, and just being with people you like, you trust. It feels like home.
Well, yeah. You want to make smiles. You want other people that want to make smiles with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the record is fantastic, by the way.
Thank you.
Love the record. Talk to me about the Ryman in general before we get to this specific release in the show, because it's just such a magical place.
Well, I mean, the Ryman was one of the first places that I visited when I came to Nashville, way back when in the 80s before it was restored. And it was one of those places my parents grew up talking about, the Grand Ole Opry and the Ryman specifically. So it always was such a big deal that it was like a big mystique to me. I didn't, not having seen it when I first got there, you can instantly feel it. Everybody that goes there says the same thing. You go there and you can feel it. And if you could only record a live record in one place on planet Earth, for me, the Ryman was just a no-brainer. It started out as just a show, and then playing there made me think if there was a way to make it into a live record, and we were able to do that, and I was so happy. Yeah.
I'm a little envious you got to see it pre-renovation, so you got to see it with
I did.
The pigeons in the balcony and,
right?
and a little bit of disrepair. Well, people forget that era.
Yeah, one of them visited me from above. Or
good.
Almost,
Okay.
yeah. No, it was really, I don't want to say creepy, but it was eerie. It was I could feel all the history in those, contained in those walls. Yeah, right. Pretty amazing place.
Yeah, and to stand on stage knowing how good it sounds going out, that's got to be so comforting.
It really is one of those places where everything reverberates and echoes, and you can hear everything, like you can hear a pin drop regardless, which was one of the challenges, honestly, in the live recording, which was to not make it so loud in the house where the live recording would suffer. And I think the engineers did a fantastic job in finding the balance to where the night was loud and rocking, but we were able to really capture everything. When I went back and listened, there was, I wish I could have made the project longer. There was more music to make. Yeah.
Well, there may be a deluxe version at some point. That seems to be a trend these days.
Vinyl
there you
coming.
go. So,
right.
So I know sometimes with live records, there are artists who record everything and then they realize, oh, this was great. Let's do that. This project was, you knew going in, we're doing the live record.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It was. It's why you can hear the nervousness in me when I play it. But it's part of what I love about live music. I mean, I love the nerves. I love feeling it. I love, I love battling through it. And man, that was when you know that you're doing something with that much weight. I was definitely nervous. Definitely for the first few songs of the show, more than normal. Yeah.
It doesn't show. I will tell you that. It's fantastic. And the musicianship just throughout. The band is phenomenal. Shout out to them as well. So
they're the best of the best. I mean, people have been commenting, why such a young band? Why, and why gals and girls? Like they thought I was after some demographic. And the truth was I wanted the best musicians and people to travel with that I could. And I found 5 of the best people/musicians that you could ever want. And it's obvious when you listen to them, they're all at the top of their game.
Yeah. Speaking of traveling, you're doing Bourbon and Beyond in just a few days.
Yeah, man, we're gonna go sample some bourbon and maybe step beyond.
So folks will get to hear the record from start to finish in just a couple minutes, and we're going to do it in 2 studios, and you'll get the true stereo mix here. But tell me about Spatial Audio.
Okay, so I wasn't aware going in that I was going to have anything to do with Spatial Audio, and and what it does. I mean, so for me, live music has always kind of been it's the reason I play music. You know, I don't listen to a lot of recorded music, but growing up, I went to hear everything live that there was. It's what speaks to me. And as soon as I heard the spatial audio version, it is just such a more interesting listen to me. It is as if you are there, you know, absorbing that live music. So yeah, I was surprised. I didn't know that was going to be the case going in. And what a dream to get to hear it and have a little bit of influence to have people step in front of the mic. I mean, when you're listening, I can see the people moving around to play, and it's really quite an experience.
So it truly puts you in the room.
It puts you in the room. Absolutely.
Wow. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to that aspect of this as well. So, and obviously it's been streaming for a couple of weeks since release day, but there's vinyl coming. There's the physical
I've had
product,
I
which is
got
cool.
my hands on the vinyl. The vinyl looks amazing. They did a great job with the vinyl. I wasn't expecting a big fold out with the artwork and everything that's on there. Yeah, it's fantastic. So, it turns out, you know, playing the live shows, people are back in. Vinyl is such a huge thing. Everybody wants the vinyl.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
vinyl's big.
And if you like reading liner notes, you can actually read without a magnifying glass.
You can see without glasses. Yes,
Yeah.
it's great. Yes, and if you have a band of 6 people, they can all find a place to sign it,
Yep.
and it still looks good. Yeah.
Yeah. And I have to say, you know, growing up, I'm a couple of years older than you, but the live albums were such a staple of my musical education growing up. And it's so great to see a really great live album.
There's no doubt, like, I didn't listen to a lot of recorded music. Everybody that knows me knows this, but a couple of my favorite records that I did listen to on repeat over and over and over again were both live records. Yeah. There's something about hearing the audience clap at the end and knowing that they're on the spot right there. They're not jumping in to fix things, man. You hear what you get. So.
Yeah. So, well, I think we're about to hear what we got.
Oh, man. Well, that's...
So, Dan Tyminski, everybody. And live from the Ryman is what we're going to hear. Yeah.